podcast.
Dude, we should have
the
a podcast.
old school. Did you see that?
You know what? No, I'm not even gonna do this, man. You know what makes me the angriest? The one thing I cannot believe that I'm 26 years old and 8 years into YouTube. The one thing that I've always wanted to do was a podcast, bro. And when I left Optic, y'all mother started a podcast.
No, we did podcast. We had the Optic Hour. It was me, Nerve, your team manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we
y'all got no Gatorade?
Yeah, I got no Gatorade.
Nah, but I was too young for that. I mean, I'm just busting your balls anyways.
Yeah.
I enjoy podcasts so much because the one thing that I think is incredibly overrated or underrated, not overrated, literally not overrated, underrated in nowadays is having a good conversation.
Oh, yeah. I was
Just
going
get
to finish your thought. Yes.
Just get so lost in social media, and a lot of conversations that you have, like as an adult, it's about like, how much can I get out of you? You know, like when you're doing business, it's like give and take, and it's a lot of small talk when you go places and meet people, but you never get deep into a conversation and actually get to bounce thoughts equally off each other and talk about real shit. So that's why I love podcasts so much.
Yeah. I was talking about it in my vlog. My first podcast that made me want to do a podcast was the Lost podcast, from the show The Lost. Remember Lost? Did you ever watch that?
No, that was Jenna's like favorite show of all time. I never watched it myself.
It's so good.
I watched the first episode where the plane crashes, but
yeah, it's so good. Anyway, it's, I don't know. So that made me, and then when Hutch made the podcast with C. Nanners and Trump, which was called Host Migration, I was like, man, I'm so jealous that they get to like sit and exchange thoughts and ideas about about gaming. And I was just like, I'm like, man, I want to do a podcast. So we started the Optic Hour with me, Diesel, Nerve, and whatever guests we had, and then that ended up. What are you laughing?
keep going.
Do you want to talk about the laugh attacks that we had at Fwiz'S wedding? Bro, Jesus Christ. It wasn't even
that fly that flew on the back of his head. Oh shit.
All right. See that thing right there, there was two instances during Fwiz'S wedding where
it was the wedding rehearsal
where Matt lost where Matt lost it, and subsequently I lost it, and then another one of the groomsmen, Sean Don, looks at us, takes off his sunglasses, and there's tears just running from his eyes because he heard us laughing, and it was like a contagious,
I don't give Hex enough credit. I always like to bust his balls and say that your brother's way funnier than you are, because he is. But you know what? I don't say this out loud enough, but I think it is unbelievable how you and I met and how well we actually get along. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Through everything we've been through, you're still one of my best friends, your family. But whenever we're around each other, I laugh more than I ever do around anybody else.
So do I.
Like, your sense of humor is just right in my wheelhouse. So I'll start laughing, and then you'll start laughing because I'm like having a panic attack because I can't breathe.
So the first one was when it was the worst time to have it. So it was rehearsal. We are at the altar, and then the bride's walking up, and there was this fly that came in from we're all in line.
Came out of nowhere,
and then hit the back of Fwiz'S brother's head, and
he's got like gel in his hair, so it's really spiky. No, you're way funnier than me. You tell it.
So I'm like, and we're quiet, and when you're quiet, like when you're in class and they tell you that don't laugh, and where you're like trying not to laugh, like everything becomes like 10 times funnier because you're holding it in, so it intensifies. You get higher off the endorphins or whatever. Endorphins. you get high off them endorphins. So I'm like, he looks at me, he's like, "Do you see that fly?" I'm like, "Yeah, that shit went," and then got impaled on his head.
He got they won't understand it, bro.
But anyway, I painted the picture so well of this.
This fly literally got impaled by his gelled hair.
That Matt starts losing it, right? He starts dying, crying, laughing, and it's like a quiet one. Like you can see him, like you can see his shoulders move up and down, and hear the right. And then so I start laughing. I start crying. I'm laughing, and we're like, everyone's looking at us. Their parents are sitting right in front of us, and I'm like trying.
Oh no! And the worst part about it is that the pastor of the wedding was the bride's father.
Kayla's
Like,
father.
He was doing the wedding.
He was like 5 feet from us.
Oh man.
And I'm just laughing. I turn around and I see DJ Wu and Lester, and they're just like confused.
Judging
like,
us.
It's like, what's wrong with Matt? And I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, so we laughed our asses off. And then later that night, we went out to dinner, and then the pastor, Kayla's dad, Ryan's or Fwiz'S father-in-law,
His
who's a
father-in-law.
pastor. Right? We've said it 5 times to paint the picture. Who's a pastor starts doing a prayer. You know.
Come on, no good. no. Yo, we gotta, take a right turn. We just took a left.
Yo, don't go down that one.
No. Let's reel it back in.
Anyway, so that laughter, the laugh attack was worse than the first one.
Oh man,
I'm wiping tears from my eyes just thinking
crying.
about it.
And to be honest with you, I just feel like nowadays, like especially when you get older, you don't ever have like those laughing spurts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to call them, but uncontrollable laughter.
Yeah.
That's not something that you can just fake or make up. It has to happen just by itself. And I haven't had one of those, like a deep belly laugh where I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And you need those, man. I know everyone's in the comments, smoke some weed.
Yeah.
Anything I ever say, this is one bone I got to pick with the internet. It's like anything I ever say that's wrong with me, like, dude, why don't you just smoke some weed? And I'm like,
This is not gonna work.